Hey everybody, it's going into day 4 here of a more or less 16-hour rain. Yeah, I'd say 16 hours every single day. It's been raining for like this for the past 4 days, and fortunately I took the advice of all the local dumbasses and took this tent down. People crack me up. Okay, a little bit of negativity here, and clearly I'm getting spoiled. So years ago, about 2 years ago, I went to the expense of purchasing a British Standard 1088 Okome, hope I said that right, plywood from Joubert and the snobs in France, and at a premium of about 60 bucks a sheet for a 3mm sheet, 4x8, which that's a very large piece of wood for $60. I got skun a little bit. I know a couple people now who are buying them for about 40 bucks a sheet. But in any event, all prices aside, I had a corner piece here that sat out underneath this tent, away from the rain, just in humidity. And I've come to the conclusion that regardless of the reputation of the manufacturer or the price, you can't trust this shit. And here's why. If you take a close look at that edge, you can see a failed lamination on both sides of the core. It's subtle, but if you look closely, you can see it. It's there. And this happened because I pushed on this and made a crunching sound, and you can see that this whole area here was it's just not glued together. You see there's a gap down in there. I'm going to pick this apart to emphasize this point a little bit more, but this is top of the line plywood we're talking about here. This is very high quality plywood from a reputable manufacturer that was sold to me by Bedard Yacht Designs owner, founder and CEO, Jean-Francois Bedard. And this stuff is unbelievable. Get this piece of locally produced. Now the Asian plywoods, I should make a point to mention, should be avoided at all cost. If it says Samling or any other Japanese or Chinese brand, don't use it. Doesn't matter how good it looks or how good the face grain quality seems to be. I've gone to the suppliers for this stuff and have been informed by 3 different distributors that the plywoods, these Asian plywoods that are specified as waterproof, only use waterproof adhesive on one side. Now, if somebody out there can explain to me why that makes sense, I'll be more than happy to sit for an hour and grant you audience. But when I conceptualize waterproof in my mind, it's something that should be able to be immersed in a boiling pot and pass a series of boil tests. Not something that's going to fall apart on one side and stay together on the other side. But in any event, regardless, this British Standard 1088 Joubert Okome, this shipped from France, distributed to the United States with all of its attendant expense, has a lamination quality like this. But here's a section. This looks perfectly fine. No grain irregularities, no deficiencies, no discrepancies, blah blah blah. And yet, here we go. I can just go right in here. My cheap little chisel. Just wallow this apart. Not because this was boiled, but because it was exposed to the humidity of the ambient air. Like any piece of lumber, seasoned lumber, not overpriced, prima donna, purveyed crap, pretty plywood. This is yeah, that ain't acceptable, folks. It's just not. You can't charge a person a premium for a product that has defects like this. Now, what troubles me about this is I cut planks from this that were laminated into the boat. And I suppose the only salvation to this stuff is that fortunately, if the wood is heated and the epoxy is applied immediately, primed into the wood, most epoxies will penetrate 1/16 of an inch into the wood. And there's a possibility that this may have improved the properties of the face veneer enough to have compensated for this. But man, holy shit. If I had a big budget and a TIG welder right now, I'd be building something out of aluminum or foam. Might be a hairy proa, who knows. Alright guys, I gotta get off this rant, get back to work. I'm gonna do some research into the quality of African CRAPl. See how that goes. Cheers.